The Values Foundation for Faith and Families in Education, a conservative event hosted by a prominent Muslim Republican figure from Southeast Texas, Mr. Tony Ashrafi. From a Republican Jefferson County judge to a Republican Party chair of Jefferson County, almost every prominent conservative elected official and candidate participated in the event to unite and to ponder with the Muslim community of Beaumont, Texas. United States, a nation under God, indivisible with the liberty and justice for all. But today, when we add God to the equation, we see a division. Why there is a discord between the teachings of liberalism and the teachings in the scriptures of Abrahamic faiths? In these times of liberal side caused inflation, complication, and turmoil, safeguarding the historical moral code and maintaining the quality of life of middle-class American families are challenges we must face.
O Allah, the most merciful, show us what is right tonight and lead us to every step to the truthfulness, avoiding falsehood of any step or any direction that we may take.
At the event, a very strong message against evils of liberalism and importance of unity between Abrahamic faiths to conserve faith, family, and freedom in the United States of America was brought forward by Muslims and Christian faith preachers alike.
We must step out and be brave enough to tell a child, hey, you're doing wrong. I don't care if the kid is black, I don't care if he's white, I don't care what color skin he has or religion. When you're a conservative, you have the tendency to think of others. Liberals don't basically think of others because it's all about them. What we have to learn now is that there is one God. And tonight, it has been proven in what we're doing tonight. I thank Tony for what he did, how he's put us together as one to show people that there's no difference. We all love the same God, but there's imposters that's claiming they love and care for God when we all know their actions speak for themselves. So again, I'm thankful to God for us coming together, talking about self-control for the kids, talking about humility for the kids, talking about morals for our kids. It's needed, it's important, and God bless you all.
Going into the preservation of life is preservation of upcoming life. God does not give any human being the right to take the life of someone who is about to come into this world unless the life of the individual who will be delivering and bringing this person is in jeopardy.
Preservation of faith-based values, upholding the sanctity of family relations, protecting the institution of marriage, being pro-life, and safeguarding the Second Amendment rights in the U.S. Constitution is a now or never venture.
You can lose your job. You can lose your license. They can go after you. This is a very important point. You cannot, not even if you have a lot of power, because whoever is making this the norm is dishing out a lot of money and lobbying and all of that. So what does that mean? If you, us, we do not come together, you're gonna lose.
Early election or early voting starts October 24th and pretty much everywhere in the state of Texas. It is very imperative that we actually vote conservative. We vote for our Republican candidates. The reason we have to do so is because the Republican Party values faith. It values how to actually raise your family. It values responsibility. It values that you have to adhere to the rules and regulations and the processes that are in place, that have been put in place by our forefathers. And it's irrespective, again, like I said, it doesn't matter. As long as you're a person who believes in a creator, you have faith. And if you have faith, then you have to follow the policies and procedures. And we have to have elected conservative candidates in the Republican Party only because for the entirety, they believe that there are only two sex. It's male or female. They believe and they preach that the marriage can be only between a man and a woman. And they believe that unless and until you have a lot of danger with the person who's actually, with the woman who's giving birth to the child, which is 0.0001%, there is no need to end that life.
They are heroes because they're going to have a lot of resistance. They're going to have a lot of challenges. If we do not support people who think that there is right and there is wrong, there is normal and there is abnormal, we're going to go down.
We can work for those issues in our community that are important to all of us and that it make us stronger as a group instead of being fragmented and separated and suspicious of each other. So I'm extremely pleased to be here, happy to share a meal with everyone and looking forward to continuing our relationship.
Elect conservative candidates to continue those values and to further implement those values and weave those values into our society and into our culture. So definitely please consider voting for Republicans, conservative Republicans, from top to bottom, from school board all the way up to judge, all the way up to state representative is very important.
We all want our children to grow up in a society where they're not indoctrinated by LGBTQ issues, where they're being brainwashed by those issues. And so we should look at those values. We should come together on those based on those values and vote based on those values, not because of our skin color, not because of the community that we are part of.
And our laws, every law for that matter, has a moral basis. When the left tries to say, oh no, you can't put morals into law, well, they're using their morals to make the laws instead of what are God's morals, because we already know what's right and wrong. It's been told to us by God over the last 5,000 years. And so getting away from that is ruining our country.
Unless or until we are able to get back to a point where we have strong families that are based on whatever faith you choose to practice, I think society will continue to suffer, unfortunately.
I have been a conservative for a good portion of my life, being Hispanic. I was brought up with those values of making sure that your family and your God and doing the right thing are critical, not only for myself, but for the community that I'm around.
Faith has been successful in providing and maintaining moral and ethical code in human societies, creating peace and order through implementation of notions of morality, justice, and equity for a sustainable development, progress, and advancement of human societies. Keeping God in the equation, we must unite to defeat the dark liberal powers who are a threat to the core values which are crucial for the American society and essential for our next generation to have a better and strong America. Be a Muslim, a Christian, or a Jew to prevent United States, Texas, City of Beaumont, and Jefferson County from destruction, lawlessness, financial liquidation, corruption, moral degradation, bad governance, and a liberal agenda of elimination of God from every equation of American society. It is time for all faith followers to vote for the conservative candidates in upcoming elections. Tanveer Ahmed Khan, Reach Out Houston.
People have broken hearts. They come from broken families. There's too much divorce in this country. And now we expect our young people to go through an academic river of success. How can they do that with so many social behavioral mental, psychological problems.
I feel I belong. That's very important. That there is a support group, that I'm not alone. And when I say myself, I'm talking about my family, my wife, the family, that there are other families, in spite of their work, in spite of their titles, in spite of their jobs and their missions, they are and they will be on the same mission that we are on, and that is to protect the core values of the children, the family, and move forward with it. And this is awesome, honestly.
Until we bring up our children with those values, our society cannot shape properly. That's why you saw all these faiths agreed upon the same principle and values, and they are very scared and afraid if the liberalism prevails. It will be a big threat to these values.
I feel honored and privileged in knowing that I'm doing something great for myself, for my family, for the communities at large. And I think it's very important that we have these dialogues, we exchange our ideas, we educate one another. Regardless of the person, the faith, the gender, we can always learn from someone. And we have to integrate ourselves. We are Muslim minorities in this country. Once we integrate ourselves with people who share common values, then we can benefit, and they will allow us to grow as well and support us.